Oklahoma, Alex Marks. A sophomore from Independence, Missouri, Megan Thompson. A junior from Dallas, Texas, Natalie Brown. A junior from Phoenix, Arizona, Stephanie Couture. A junior from Grapevine, Texas, Samantha Krause. A junior from Belton, Missouri, AJ Jackson. A senior from Plano, Texas, Chase Capps. A senior from Norman, Oklahoma, Reagan Hemry. A senior from Miami, Oklahoma, Charity Jones. A senior from Des Moines, Iowa, Kara Lovan. A senior from Colleyville, Texas, Nicole Turner. And a senior from McKinney, Texas, Mackenzie Wofford. Oklahoma's head coach is KJ Kindler. He's assisted by Lou Ball and Tom Haley. Now get on your feet for your West Virginia Mountaineers. A sophomore from Berwick, Pennsylvania, Kira Koshinski. A sophomore from Chattanooga, Tennessee, Jackie Tunn. One of two seniors leading the Mountaineers this season from Ivyland, Pennsylvania, Alexa Goldberg. A freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, Cassidy Cumber. A junior from Natrona Heights, Pennsylvania, Jordan Gillette. One of two seniors leading the Mountaineers this season from Pickerington, Ohio, Brooklyn Doggett. A sophomore from Somerville, South Carolina, Kelsey Sorensen. A sophomore from Boonesboro, Maryland, Carly Galpin. A junior from Pennsauken, New Jersey, Zakira Muhammad. A freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia, Chloe Clucci. A sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware, Tiara Wright. A freshman from Frederick, Maryland, Julia Merwin. A freshman from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Erica Fontaine. A freshman from York, Pennsylvania, Abby Kaufman. And a junior from Silver Spring, Maryland, Robin Bernard. West Virginia is coached by Jason Butts. He is assisted by Associate Head Coach Travis Stoke and Assistant Coach Kaylin Millick. Amelia Adams is our athletic trainer. At this time, we ask that you please rise and honor America with the singing of our national anthem by the Morgantown Children's Choir. Gymnasts, please prepare for the first competitive event. West Virginia starts on the vault, and Oklahoma starts on uneven bars. Gymnasts, your 2-minute transition time will now begin. Stop by the team shop in the concourse tonight.
Good evening, Mountaineer Nation, and welcome to the WVU Coliseum for the West Virginia University Gymnastics Team 2017 home season opener against #1 Oklahoma. I'm former Mountaineer gymnast Kara Weaver Turnbull, and we've got a great Big 12 conference matchup tonight for the Mountaineers' first home meet of the season. The Sooners, NCAA national champions, come into Morgantown as the country's top-ranked team. Tonight is OU's first trip to Morgantown since winning the 2014 Big 12 championship title here in 2014, with a Coliseum record of 198.025. The Mountaineers will open their home season looking to bounce back from a disappointing loss at Pitt on January 13th as WVU dropped a 194.025 to 193.875 decision to the Panthers. Now it's time to bring in my new partner for the 2017 season. As many of you may remember her, it's 2016 WVU graduate Melissa Idell. Welcome.
Hi, thank you very much.
So be patient with us, folks. We're former gymnasts here, so we're not exactly trained for this, but we are going to push through here and hopefully help you guys have an entertaining meet here tonight watching as the WVU Mountaineers take on Oklahoma. So Melissa, how does it feel sitting over here and not out there?
It's definitely strange, definitely different. It's a little bittersweet, but you know, being in the Coliseum, it's a great place to watch the Mountaineers. You know, I still feel like I'm part of the family in here, so I'm really excited to see what we have in store tonight.
Good, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously just graduating last year, it definitely makes a little bit of a difference to, you know, still know a lot of the girls on the team and still be pretty good friends with them. So it definitely helps, you know, be a little more exciting to cheer them on. By all means, I still love my Mountaineers and I will still cheer them on like they're my own team. But, you know, knowing them personally is definitely a little bit different. So it'll be very exciting today to be able to be back at home in the Coliseum and be able to cheer on the Mountaineers.
Definitely, yeah, I got those sweaty palms like I was out on the floor, so.
Good. All right, guys, well, just to kind of touch up for Oklahoma here, obviously we all know they are ranked #1 currently. They have an average of 197.888, making them the #1 team in the country. So they started with a huge 197.75, making the best ever opening score in program history, and then went on to win against UCLA with a 198.025. So I think, you know, a lot of people are super excited to see Maggie Nichols.
Oh yeah.
She she was part of the 2015 World Championship team who won gold, and then she herself placed bronze on the floor exercise, and she was then the 2016 Olympic contender before she hurt her knee, and she placed 6th at the U.S. Olympic trials. So, you know, obviously we're going to be cheering on our Mountaineers, but that'll be still pretty exciting to see Maggie, you know, being obviously probably one of the best gymnasts we'll see in this Coliseum this year.
Definitely, definitely a show for us fans to be watching.
And both her and senior Chase Capps are also ranked number 1 in the all-around for the nationally. So they are averaging, Nichols is averaging a 39.737 currently, just after 2 meets, and Capps' average is a 39.638 after 2 meets. So, you know, Maggie's number 1 and Chase is number 2, but they're definitely both very close and very good competitors. So it'll be exciting to watch them as well.
Definitely going to see some big, beautiful gymnastics tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, hoping the crowd today, you know, isn't here just for them. So.
No, I'm seeing a lot of gold and blue in the stands here today.
Yes, definitely. You know, as for the Big 12s here, the Oklahoma did end up taking the top 3 weekly awards, with Chase Capps being Big 12 Gymnast of the Week this week. Junior A.J. Jackson was the Big 12 Event Specialist of the Week, and freshman Maggie Nichols was the Big 12 Newcomer of the Week. So, you know, we got a lot of big gymnastics here. You know, unfortunately, our record with Oklahoma currently is 12-1. And then I believe for the, I think we're 7-0, I believe, for the big, since we've joined the Big 12. But either way, so moving on to vault, they're warming up. Got a few seconds left here before they will start the competition. We have a lineup. It looks like we got Robin Bernard first, Alexa Goldberg second, Julia Morwin third, Chloe Clucci fourth, Zakira Muhammad fifth, and Kira Koshinski rounding him up to finish up for the Mountaineers. So they've done pretty well in vault so far this year. You know, last week, or I believe it was last week, yeah, they ended up with a 48.8, which was pretty good, but they did go 48.975, almost breaking that 49 while they were at Maryland. Obviously, I think they were a little bit more disappointed last week with the performance at Pitt, but, you know, they started off the year so well, so we're hoping being back here in the Coliseum will help things out a little bit.
Definitely, yeah.
Do you, how's it feel being here in the Coliseum, though? I mean, I know that's, you know, if you could give them some advice here, being their first home meet, what would you say?
I think it's really easy to have fun in the Coliseum, and I think that really relaxes them.
Good. Well, first up, we have Robin Bernard here, and we will see what she can do here. Last week she went to 9.2, unfortunately, but the first meet she is at 9.725, so see what we got here.
Wow.
Great start for
That
the
was a really
Mountaineers.
good start.
Absolutely. A little hop on the landing, but hopefully shouldn't be more than a tenth or so. Here we go again. Lots of air. And just a little hop on the landing. So we will be going one by one here. Mountaineers will alternate with Oklahoma on the uneven bars, as it looks like they're starting off with Chase Capps here. Big release move there. Again, looking at the nation's number 2 all-arounder here. Good stuck landing. Good start for Oklahoma. And I believe we're still waiting on some scores here for vault. But judges gotta get the kinks out as well. But we have Alexa Goldberg coming up next for the Mountaineers. And small step in the landing, but still a beautiful vault.
That was
there.
a big vault for Lex. That was really good, yeah.
Absolutely. So Lex has a career high of a 9.75 on the vault.
They're looking pretty powerful out there today.
Absolutely. And it looks like Robin goes 9.75, so that's a great start for them. as we have Stephanie Couture up next for the Sooners. As again, looks like they're still waiting on the score for Chase. And she goes 9-8. And again, these are all unofficial scores for right now. The Toronto. Beautiful shoot over.
Solid handstand, really nice lines. Stuck, oh, almost a stuck landing.
Yeah. As those of you at home may not know, coming from a gymnastics point here, we can see, where all these little tents come from, and handstands are definitely one of them that can get you.
Yes.
With big vault here from Julia, and stuck landing. No, just kidding. Sorry.
She had a little hop there.
It cut off there for a minute. There we go. Replay.
Nice and tight. Yeah,
Little
just a little
small.
bit of a
Yeah.
hop there.
All right. Still should score very well. And we have Alexa going on 9.675. So hopefully Julia had a very beautiful lines there. So we always hope for score building when it comes to the lineup for the event. So hopefully that will happen. Again, they're still waiting on Stephanie Couture's score there. But we have Nicole Lehrman getting ready to go up for the Sooners. As it looks like Julia goes 9.75.
Wow. That's great for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, at Maryland, they had 5 scores of 9.725 or better. So hopefully we can keep the consistency here as Nicole goes up for her routine here. Again, all those little handstands make such a difference.
All the way to the finishing of the points of her toes. Stuck landing.
And they are looking pretty good so far. As it looks like Stephanie Couture went 9.875. And yes, we have Chloe Clucci here. Another one of our freshmen. Big, your chicken foot. Tiny.
Wow. That was great.
She had a lot of height. That was beautiful.
Just a little step at the end, as you'll see here.
And last week she went 9.675. So we'll see what she can pull off here. And so, pretty impressive to have, all these freshmen in the lineups. I know Chloe is one of the more consistent ones, along with Cassidy, who's actually in the lineup. Ideally, or last week she was at least on 3 events. So we'll see what they keep up for this meet today.
Well, we got a 9.9 on bars.
Looks like Nicole Lehrman went 9.9, and this is Brenna Dowell.
Wow.
Big dismount.
Just a little step.
And for Oklahoma, having such a big average team score there, those little tents do add up for them.
Oh, here comes Akira. Wow. I love watching her vault.
That was huge. Gorgeous.
She just gets off the table so high. Look at that. She spots the ground before she lands.
She makes it look easy.
So easy.
And it's not.
No, it is not.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So we have Julia with a 9.75. So we'll see. I don't have Chloe's score up. There we go. 9.75 for Chloe as well. So we're staying pretty consistent there. So hopefully Zakira will score at least that, if not more. And we have Mackenzie Wolford here going up for the Sooners. Beautiful release. Oh. All right, unfortunately, they will have to, well, ideally they will not have to count a fall. You know, as some of you may know, they will drop one of the 6 scores, as only 5 of the girls' scores count. But either way, it has to be a little bit frustrating for her.
Stuck landing to make up for that.
It's pretty hard to bounce back after a fall, so that was a good comeback.
Yeah. And I'm seeing that Alexa got a season high 9.675 on vault. So that's a great way to start off the meet.
Definitely. We have Kira Kuczynski here, rounding up for the Mountaineers.
Wow.
Big vault. One of the most difficult vaults that the Mountaineers have. Yurchenko 1.5, and a blind landing.
Now she makes vault look easy as well.
That was big. So it looks like Zakira went 9.85, so having her follow Zakira I think was a great choice, and hopefully that will continue to build there.
Chloe also got a career high, and Zakira matched her season best.
Excellent.
Definitely off to a great start.
So last up we have Maggie Nichols here.
Wow, that was huge.
And a big double out.
Wow. She really made sure that everyone saw that she stuck that.
And she made it look easy.
That's the way to do it.
Of course, I probably compared to her previous routine she had to do, this routine was probably fairly easy for her.
Yeah.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap us up here for the first rotation, and we will be right back after they get ready for the next event.
For Kira and Zakira on the vault, and more flying WVU gymnastics t-shirts courtesy of the Mountaineer Maniacs. McDonald's. Tonight, McDonald's is giving 20 lucky fans a free breakfast sandwich. Make some noise and you could be a winner.
Champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you've been.
Congratulations from McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
Gymnasts, your 4-minute touch begins now.
Now it's time for the Mountaineers to take flight on the uneven bars. On this event, the judges will be watching for us to make 10 to 15 moves. We will be swinging, completing suspension skills, and regrafts while using both bars. We must change directions at least once and have at least 2 flight skills. Also, extra swings and pauses are no-nos. Fans, make sure you cheer loudly while we're up there swinging and pay close attention to our dismounts and landings. They're pretty powerful. Let's go, Mountaineers!
Fans and media members, we need to remind you, flash photography is not permitted at an NCAA gymnastics event. It is dangerous for the gymnasts. Thank you. All right, fans, it's time for balance beam bowling. We have David in blue and Ian in gold. They will have 3 chances to roll a basketball across the balance beam and into a shopping cart. The winner receives a $25 gift card to Kroger. Up first is Ian.
Shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people. Spread it across the country.
Sorry, guys. Better luck next time. Thank you for participating.
Spread it across the country. Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Now, can I kick it? Thank you. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer. Nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands. This is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching. Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like
Ladies and gentlemen, in men's basketball, West Virginia and Kansas State are currently tied. West Virginia is up 42-41 with 18 minutes remaining in the second half.
Like the ceiling can't hold us. And all my people say.
We're looking pretty solid in warm-up and in that touch right now, so I'm excited to watch.
Absolutely. And Chloe Clucci last at the Maryland meet tied a team best at the time with a 9.775 for her first ever collegiate routine. So she's been definitely a good impact for the Mountaineers here on the uneven bars. And we have for the lineup here, we got Robin Bernard first, Tiara Wright, Jordan Gillette, Zakira Mohammed, Alexa Goldberg, and Chloe will be going last as the anchor. But first we will be starting with the Sooners, and we have Charity Jones.
Leading off on bars for West Virginia, Robin Bernard.
And basically a stick landing there for Charity Jones and Robin Bernard getting ready to go up for the Mountaineers. Robin has a career high of a 9.775 here, so be exciting to watch her. She's definitely grown over.
Oh yeah, a very calm competitor. You see her up first on both vault and bars so far. You know, the lead-off spot is really important to build up the momentum. You put a gymnast in there that you can trust and you know is going to hit, and we seal it off with a stuck landing.
That is an amazing start
Wow,
for the Mountaineers. As you were just saying,
Yeah.
a good starter for them.
A great lead-off. You know, the rest of the girls can just feed off of that, get pumped, excited.
Absolutely. And next we have Jade DeGavea.
Tiny step on the landing, but besides that, absolutely beautiful vault. Really beautiful lines, gets great distance from the table.
And a little switch up on lineup there. Originally Alex Marks was there, but Jade went in second. And next up we have Tiara Wright.
West Virginia, Tiara Wright.
I actually did club gymnastics with Tiara.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
So it's been really fun to see her grow here.
That's cool. She's definitely improved. Last year, you could see her growing throughout the year, building more confidence.
Yeah, her confidence has skyrocketed. I mean, just look at her. Beautiful, beautiful lines. Another stuck landing.
That is amazing. I know they've been working hard on that, and it's definitely showing. So next up for vaults for the Sooners, we have Chase Caps. She gets ready to go there.
Wow.
Huge. And again, making it look easy as pie.
And just a recap, Robin opened up with a season best of a 9.75.
That is amazing. Definitely a great start for the Mountaineers. I know, it's the little things that make you so excited, and stuck landings
Yes.
are definitely one of them.
I'm holding myself down in this chair. Just want to jump up and scream like I used to when people would stick their landings.
Yes, definitely a different experience sitting on the sideline here, but
On bars for West Virginia, Jordan Gillette.
so Jordan here getting ready to go up for the Mountaineers. So it looks like Chase went 9.9 on the vault.
Jordan just needs to finish this up strong. She's looking pretty good so far. Wow, another stuck landing.
That is awesome. And it looks like Tiara went a 9.825. So if we could keep this score building going, that would be amazing.
Wow, Jordan must be ecstatic right now. She's been working really hard.
Brenna Dow there. Tiny little hop on the landing.
Besides that beautiful vault. That was a 1.5 right there.
Flying landings are always difficult.
So we'll probably see a big score for that one since it is a 10-0 start value.
Oh yeah, that was right. I guess it was it last year or the year before they ended up devaluing the Yurchenko full. And she goes 9.9, so that would have been a perfect score for if it was Yurchenko full, but being that, yeah, it was Yurchenko 1.5, it ends up being out of the 10-0 start value.
Just another recap. Tierra also hit a season high of a 9.825 on bars, and Jordan just went 9.775. Up next here we have Zakira Muhammad. Huge bar routine. Just a little ding there on her heel. Strong fighter on bars.
That's a hard one. She has a career high of a 9.9 on the uneven bars, so.
Tries to finish it all the way through the end with a stuck landing.
Which was beautiful, yes, because even if you never know when the falls have to count, so you have to make the whole routine count. We have AJ Jackson here going up for the Sooners. Another huge 1.5.
With a stuck landing. She's pumped.
That, again, is a 10-0 start value and a very difficult vault, being a blind landing. Beautiful. And then we'll have Maggie Nichols anchoring for the Sooners. As they're still working on Zakira's score. But Miss Alexa always a clutch for the uneven bars.
Oh, yeah. Lil Lex, as the team calls her.
Looks like AJ goes 9.95, which is a good vault to be going in front of Maggie. So haven't seen a 10-0 for a while.
No.
Maybe possible from her today. Looks like the judges are having some issues there. Every time someone has an awkward fall or not sure it's a complete fall, they always
Start value issues.
On the bars for West Virginia, Alexa Goldberg.
Oh. Playing the waiting game. Always nerve-wracking to have to wait on those judges. And
Luckily, teammates can, pump you up. Here we go.
she goes 9.3 for Zakira.
Beautiful release. Nice toes on the shoot over. Beautiful hit handstands from Lex. And almost a stuck landing. Now that was a way to finish off the rotation.
Absolutely. That was huge. All right, and last up we have Maggie Nichols here for the Sooners. Do we have a 10-0 here? Huge.
Wow.
I don't know, that would be pretty close.
I think I saw a little step there, but that was beautiful.
And again, another blind landing, Yurchenko 1.5. Yeah, tiny little pull together there. We'll see what the judges call it, but still a beautiful vault. So anchoring for the Mountaineers, we have Chloe Pucci, which Chloe has a season high here of 9.775, which again, she performed while she was there at Maryland.
Oh my gosh, wow, we got a 10-0.
And they did it. Been a long time since we've seen a 10-0 here in the Coliseum.
Yeah, first time I've ever seen a 10-0 here.
up on the landing. A great anchor there for the Mountaineers. So that'll wrap up rotation number 2 today. So if you want to hang out with us, we will wrap up the second half of the meet here in a few minutes.
Please rotate to your next competitive event. West Virginia is on the balance beam and Oklahoma is on the floor. Gymnasts, please prepare for touch warm-up. That was a 9.8 for Tiara Wright on the bars and another flying WVU Mountaineer Maniacs t-shirt. Fans, be sure to join the team on Sunday, January 29th at 2 p.m. against Denver, Towson, and Temple. The first 150 youth in attendance will receive a free t-shirt. Tickets are also free with the donation of a book or school supply.
Up next is the balance beam, a tricky event to master, but a favorite of most of the Mountaineers. Though the beam is only 4 inches wide, we must demonstrate our strengths and show off many skills, including tumbles, both in the air and on the beam, turns, leaps, and body waves. Our routines need to be 70 to 90 seconds long. We must show intense concentration because wobbles result in deductions. Fans, please be loud. Even though we are concentrating, we love to hear your support while we're up on the beam. Let's go, Mountaineers!
Is everybody okay out there? I want to see your hands over your heads. Here we go. Bust it. Hard to get females get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party. Girls are scantily clad and showing body. A chick walks by, you wish you could sex her, but you're standing on the wall like you was Poindexter. Next day's function, high-class luncheon. Food is served and you're stone cold munching. Music comes on, people start to dance, but then you ate so much you nearly split your pants. A girl starts walking.
From rotation number 2, so Oklahoma was on the vault, and it had Chase Caps with a 9-9, and Jade De Gavea with a 9-8, Brenna Dow with a 9-9, AJ Jackson with a 9-9-5, and Maggie Nichols with a big old 10-0.
And that 10-0 actually is the first 10-0 received from a visiting gymnast here in the Coliseum on vault, and as well as the first 10-0 scored on vault since 2004. So she's not only setting records for herself, but she's setting them here in the Coliseum, and those will be in our record books.
Very exciting,
Yeah.
yes. It was definitely a perfect vault. And West Virginia on the uneven bars went Robin Bernard with a 9.75, Chloe Colucci ended up with a 9.675, Jordan Gillette with a 9.775, Alexa Goldberg with a 9.775, and Zakira went 9.3, which they will be dropping that score. And Tiara with her big old 9.825, which is huge.
Yeah, so we had some season highs there for Tiara, and as well as a season best for Robin. And Jordan matching her career high of a 9.775. Clearly what they've been doing in the gym this past week has been paying off. I think for taking that momentum from vault over to bars, and it looked good in warm-ups for beam, so let's see if they can bring that over there. Obviously beam's always a nerve-wracking event, but
Absolutely. So we have for beam lineup here, Alexa Goldberg getting ready to go. And we have Kira Koshinski, Tiara Wright, Carly Galpin, Brooklyn Doggett, and Jordan Gillette. And Alexa will be starting us off here for the Mountaineers.
I just want to point out these Leos. Love them.
They are gorgeous. Definitely not as pretty on the screen, but in the Coliseum here, they're very
screen does
flashy.
not do it justice.
Yes.
Lots of sparkles. What every gymnast loves. Beautiful series from Lex.
And Lexa, one of our team captains here, her senior year has made a great impact for the Mountaineers over the years.
It's been really fun to watch her grow up. In and outside of the gym, that was a really beautiful routine for Lex.
Tiny little step on the landing, but otherwise pretty flawless routine there. So first up for the Sooners on the floor exercise, we have Charity Jones.
And after those two rotations, OU was at a standing of 98.8 and WV trailing with a 97.75.
Beautiful landing.
Oklahoma has some really fun floor routines. Their choreography is always very interesting and a fan favorite.
Charity went 9.77 on the vault for the Sooners. Their lowest score, so they will be dropping that, but
Making good eye contact with the judges. Looking out into the fans. Floor is a really fun one to compete.
big double pike there to finish her off.
Solid start for Oklahoma on floor there.
On the beam for West Virginia.
And next up for the Mountaineers, we got Kira Koshinski. which Kira has a career high of a 9.8 on the balance beam. Another huge, impactful gymnast for the Mountaineers after her freshman year.
Wow. Dead on, and she knows it. That's one of the really fun things to watch about Kira when she competes. She's got that game face, and she brings it. Lex opened up the beam for us with a strong routine, and she scored a 9.675.
Excellent.
Beautiful leaps from Kira. She's gonna finish this off with a big dismount here. Round off double back.
Which not many gymnasts are doing as much in the college careers because it is difficult and hard to land.
Gotta have a lot of power for that, which she does.
Absolutely. Still a great routine for Kira.
Yeah. Uncharacteristic of her to have that many steps, but
And for floor, Charity Jones started them off with a 9.875. So next up we have Natalie Brown.
I was watching this routine in warm-ups. Beautiful.
She definitely has the dancer-like
Yes.
moves.
And the beautiful gymnastics tumbling to follow. Front handspring double full. Front layout, front full stuck landing. Finishing all of her dance moves all the way through her fingertips. Something that Oklahoma is really known for.
Definitely has beautiful lines. Excellent finish for Natalie Brown there. So next up we have Tiara Wright on the balance beam for the Mountaineers.
And Kira went 9.6 on beam.
So Tiara has a 9.85 for a career high. She's been a pretty consistent beam competitor for the Mountaineers. Looking very confident. As you said, she's developed more of it for her freshman year.
Yeah, she likes to show off her confidence. It's really fun to watch.
Oh. No wobble there.
Let's finish it up here with the dismount, stuck dismount.
Excellent finish. And again, all those little tenths count. So next up for Oklahoma on the floor exercise, we have Brenna Dowell. As Natalie Brown looks like she went 9.85.
Wow.
Huge first pass there for the Sooners.
Solid last pass.
Great routine, another big Sooners routine there. So next up we have Carly Galpin on the balance beam for the Mountaineers. And she made a great freshman debut last year with her pretty consistent beam routines. She's a 9.825 career high.
Beautiful series from Carly. Yeah, I feel like once she got up there and started competing, she was always in, always hitting. Beautiful jump series from Carly. Just got her dismount here. Stuck dismount, yes!
Huge routine for the Mountaineers. I think they needed a good solid routine to get them back on track there.
Carly got him with that, yeah.
And it looks like Brenna Dow went 9.9 on the floor exercise. So we have Chase Caps up next for the Sooners. Great opening first pass.
She is staring down those judges. You know, bringing the intensity, not even from her tumbling, but all the way through her facial expressions, finishing her passes. Such, like, mesmerizing choreography.
Definitely captivating.
Final tumbling pass here.
Finish there. The Chase Caps.
On the beam for West Virginia, Brooklyn Doggett.
So next up we have Brooklyn Doggett, one of our seniors who has not competed in the Coliseum here for 2 years. So this is a
Really excited to see her back on the beam.
absolutely.
She's been really solid these past 2 meets. Beautiful series from Brooke.
She has a career high of a 9.825 here, so a lot of potential here for this lineup.
Beautiful jump connection. Brooke's a really hard worker in the gym.
She's looking so smooth, not even skipping a beat here.
Finishing this off with the dismount.
Let's hear
Yes.
it for
Beautiful routine.
On the score for Oklahoma, AJ Jackson.
So next up we have AJ Jackson for the Sooners. As it looks like Chase went 9.95, so getting close to that 10-0 mark here.
Will they do it again? This might be the same routine that she did. She did that last year in her routine. I
That's
still remember the
crazy.
first time we saw that. We all went nuts. Wow. Really different choreography, but I mean, if you could see the fans here in the Coliseum, they're loving it.
Absolutely. Everyone's definitely watching this routine.
Definitely a crowd pleaser. That's one of my favorite things about floor. You kind of get to see the personalities of the gymnasts come through, the way that they like to dance and their choreography that they bring to the floor is pretty much them.
Absolutely.
Beautiful finish. Wow.
That was a huge routine for the Sooners. Again, they're coming off of a 9.95 there, so we'll see what that score brings, but that was huge.
Up next, we have Jordan Gillette on beam. And just to recap, Brooklyn, that's her first routine back in the Coliseum, and she matched her career high of a 9.825. It's really exciting to see for Brooke.
Again, just what the Mountaineers needed to get back on track a little bit more there. And Jordan here, another solid beam competitor for the Mountaineers.
Little bounce check, but she pulled up tight, saved that. Good series from Jordan.
So you're taking a few deep breaths there, which is important to calm yourself.
She's looking confident and happy up there.
Absolutely. You can see in the background there, looks like AJ Jackson went another 9.95.
Jordan gonna finish this off with round off double, or 1.5.
Great finish there. A little wobble there before then, but excellent finish for the Mountaineers.
Still a hit.
And here we have Maggie Nichols rounding up the Sooners yet again. I was looking on the website for the Sooners earlier today, and there's an interview with Chase saying how I guess Maggie was coming in looking up to her, and Chase kind of laughed at that, saying that she's always looked up to Maggie. So yeah, it's definitely different coming from a freshman to a senior, but they're both so competitive and neck and neck most of the time that definitely makes the Sooners
Yeah,
very
it's funny how you can come into college and look up to a freshman, because usually it's, you know, in club, it's the girls above you that you're looking up to, but they all just keep on getting better and better as the new classes come in. So that's definitely something different in college than club gymnastics.
Absolutely.
Maggie went 9.95 both at Alabama and UCLA this year.
And again, she's following 2 9.95s here, so she has the potential for a season high here. He's got a 10-0 on vault and a 9.925 on bars, so that will be a great score. All right, folks, we will be back shortly to wrap up our last rotation with the Mountaineers.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a 9.825 for Brooklyn Doggett on the balance beam. You know what that means. A WVU Flying Mountaineer Maniacs t-shirt.
And now, Mountaineer fans, it's time to party as we conclude the meet on the floor exercise. This is our chance to show off our personalities and physical strength. Our routines are a combination of dance, tumbling, and acrobatics and are set to music. We need to have at least 2 tumbling passes, and each routine must be 70 to 90 seconds long. While we're having fun, we must pay attention to the mat boundaries. Deductions are taken for stepping out of the mat or for being out of sync with the music. Fans, this is your chance to cheer your absolute loudest. Feel free to clap along with the music, and if you're really feeling our routines, you can dance in your seat. Are you ready for a show? I can't hear you. Let's go, Mountaineers!
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home.
So for a final roundup here on scores for our third event, we have the Oklahoma on the floor exercise went 9.85 for Natalie Brown. Chase Caps went 9.95. Brenna Dowell went 9.9. AJ Jackson with a 9.95 and a very spunky routine. Charity Jones with a 9.875, and Maggie Nichols ended up with a 9.975. Not quite that 10-0, but pretty darn close. So, and the Mountaineers went 9.825 for Brooklyn Doggett. Carly Galpin went 9.775, 9.725 for Jordan Gillette, and Alexa went 9.675, and Kira went 9.6, and Tira with a 9.6. So we are ending up with a 146.35 for the Mountaineers. As we have first up, Charity Jones on the balance beam for the Sooners. And we have our last rotation on its way. And Charity Jones again with a 9.775 on vault and a 9.875 on the floor exercise. 3-event competitor for the Sooners.
In her last meet, she went 9.875 on beam at UCLA. She's looking pretty solid here today.
And with the momentum they have going for them, I don't imagine they're feeling too much pressure.
No.
But beam is always still a nerve-wracking event.
Stuck dismount. A great leadoff for Oklahoma on beam right there. And up here on floor exercise, we have freshman Julia Merwin.
She's a season high here, 9.75, so. And again, being at home definitely helps.
Yes, and she is from Maryland. And I think I see a whole bunch of her old teammates here in the crowd here at the Coliseum. We got our first pass. Beautiful. Smiling, having fun out there.
Pretty powerful choreography here.
Yes, Kaylin actually does all the choreography. Yes, coach. My two favorite routines were choreographed by Kaylin. She really knows how to help pick out music and fit the dance to the gymnast and what works best for them. She has done a really, really good job with them. Coming up to our final pass here for Julia. Great finish.
Excellent start for the Mountaineers. And the crowd goes wild.
Best part about competing here in the Coliseum is the crowd once you get to floor.
Absolutely. And next up for the Sooners, we have Nicole Lehrman here. And
This is Nicole's third time seeing beam this season. She went 9.8 at Alabama and a 9.225 at UCLA. Solid jumps.
very solid series. Sooners not really feeling much pressure here, but obviously their team score is still
Very important.
yes, especially to keep that #1 ranking.
Nicole finishing up her routine here with almost a stuck landing, just a little step. Other than that, absolutely beautiful routine. Very confident.
Now it's Julia started off for the Mountaineers with a 9.775 as Robin Bernard comes up second here. Robin has a 9.75 career high on floor exercise.
And I was there at Pitt last weekend to watch that, and I must say that was the best routine I've ever seen Robin do.
That is
She really looks like she's having fun out there.
It makes such a difference. You can definitely feel it.
Robin is a really, really hard worker, in and out of the gym as well. I believe she is a Scholastic All-American. So hardworking in and outside of the classroom too.
Yes, I just had a conversation with her in the gym the other day about she's wanting to go to PA school. So that is what I do now, and it's definitely exciting to see young faces going in the same direction.
Saw her making fun eye contact with her teammates. Coach is looking pretty confident back there behind Robin. Good save by Robin.
Yeah,
Let's hear it for
beautiful
Robin.
routine for Robin.
On the beam for Oklahoma.
So next up for the Sooners on the balance beam, we have Stephanie Couture. So the Sooners have a 9.825 from Charity
Beautiful
Jones
series.
and Nicole Lehrman with 9.775.
Definitely don't look nervous up there.
Stephanie went 9.875 on the uneven bars. Set up for a big dismount.
Almost a step.
Tiny little step on the landing, but otherwise
On
gorgeous.
the floor for West Virginia, Cassidy Humber.
We have a freshman here again, Cassidy Humber, making her Coliseum debut here for the Mountaineers.
And Robin earned a 9.8 in her, that was only her second floor routine of her collegiate career here for West Virginia.
And obviously then a career high.
Fun routine here from Cassidy.
Big opening double pike. Got a little smile from her.
routine. All the fans go wild. It's so much fun.
That's up here.
Final pass. Yes.
Very solid routine.
Awesome job from Cassidy. Great way to start her off in the Coliseum.
Excellent. And next up for the Sooners, we have Natalie Brown. Remember, Natalie went 9.85 on the floor exercise for the Sooners. And that was the score that got dropped because all the rest were higher.
And
So-
at her last meet at UCLA, Natalie went 9.925 on beam.
Huge.
Beautiful connected series.
You make it look so easy.
It's very focused.
Again, beautiful lines.
Got a 9.825 for Cassidy on the floor.
And Stephanie Couture went 9.825 on the balance beam as well.
Finishing this up with a beautiful dismount. Gotta be happy with that performance.
We have Alexa Goldberg, another solid floor competitor for the Mountaineers.
Love this floor routine for her. Beautiful. Lex has been so reliable on the floor over the years.
Yeah, she's a career high of a 9.95 on the floor exercise, so she definitely has a lot of potential here. Ooh, and that one has to hurt a little bit. But moving on. Looks like she might be in a little bit of pain here. Not good. Let's see if she does this last pass. All right, a little bit short, but
Still a good finish from Lex.
all right.
Let's hear it for Little Lex.
Even the announcer just announced her as Little Lex.
A little bit short there, but it's hard to come back when you crunch your ankles and your head. So next up on the balance beam, we have Maggie Nichols rounding up her final event. And she's running on a 10.0, 9.925, and a 9.975. So this could be a huge all-around score for her.
And she went 9.95 at her last meet at UCLA and 9.9 before that at Alabama. So I'm sure she's feeling pretty confident here, as would be expected.
She has the nation's best all-around score so far with a 39.75 the last meet against UCLA. So she's headed to have a pretty close score to that, not better. Huge
dismount.
Round off double tap. So that will likely be a all-around champion there.
And Lex goes 8-9. And up next we have Zakira, one of my other favorite floor routines to watch. Now Zakira only has 2 tumbling passes. She can get enough difficulty jam-packed into those 2 tumbling passes, along with a great connection of leaps. It's been really fun to watch her confidence as well just skyrocket. That's one of the great things about the coaches here at West Virginia. They look for gymnasts who want to buy in and really go all in about West Virginia.
And that's huge when it comes to team building. Sets up here for her last pass. Run through a double back. She kind of covers that landing up a little bit and keeps moving. Excellent routine for Zakira. Or as Z, as they call
Yes,
her.
Z. And Z went 9.825 at Pitt last weekend, and she tied for 3rd place.
So last up for the Sooners here, we have Chase Caps. Chase Caps here going on a 9.9 on vault, 9.8 on bars, and 9.95 on the floor exercise. So rounding up for another huge all-around score for her.
And Chase went 9.975 last weekend. Wow, beautiful.
Very solid.
You hear the crowd go, oh, when they saw that drop down into a below the beam straddle. Showing off her flexibility and sticking the landing, making sure everyone sees that stick. That's the way to do it.
Huge finish for the Sooners. And last up for the Mountaineers, we have Kira Koshinski on the floor exercise. She has a career high of a 9.95 here, so we'll see what she will bring. She had a 9.875 last weekend.
Great opening pass from Zakira.
Huge.
She had 5 event wins on floor last year in her freshman season. 25 podium finishes. She's never dropped any scores on her event. Really fun routine. And part of her music was actually from a previous teammate on her team.
Nice.
Yeah. Passing that down, Taya Haley. Cool little new traditions and things like that. Bringing in the crowd.
Definitely helps. Gives yourself a little bit extra momentum and adrenaline.
Now Kira went 9.875 last weekend at Pitt and tied for 1st place with a career high of 9.95.
likely scored very well. So finishing up for the Mountaineers in the Coliseum. Now we do have a 39.875 from Maggie Nichols, which apparently is a new Coliseum record. Passing up, I believe it was, now I'm forgetting her name,
Bridget Sloan.
There you go. That's terrible. But yeah, she had the previous Coliseum all-around record, and now looks like Maggie Nichols has surpassed that. So huge meet today for the Sooners, obviously, and the Mountaineers, I think, did a very well
Got
job.
a 995.
Good.
Sakira. Oh, sorry.
No, that's great.
No, not Sakira.
No.
Kira.
Yeah, that's huge. Awesome. And I think the Mountaineers needed that. So they had a very solid performance, I think.
Absolutely.
I think they definitely are, slowly getting their feet on the ground. I think having a whole meet was definitely helpful to get the momentum to continue. We have another home meet next weekend, which is great. And there's that 995. So yeah, next week we will be against Denver, Temple, and Towson, which Denver is also in the Big 12. So that will be also another competitor. And, overall, I mean, what do you think? Obviously, this is your first meet here in the Coliseum, not being part of it, but,
I think they did amazing tonight. I mean, there were obviously, to be expected, there were a few mistakes here and there, but I think the biggest thing to take away is that they could have those little mistakes and they could come back from it,
Absolutely, I mean, yeah, all the little stuff, still ended up, they pulled it together and were able to, stay consistent and stay solid and finished really well on the floor exercise. And, it looks like unofficially they're at 195.5. So obviously that makes them have a season high so far. So that's always very exciting.
They didn't have to count a fall.
Yes, again, and as the season goes along, definitely makes a difference to slowly build the confidence, and having, 2 home meets back to back, hopefully we'll continue to do that. And maybe having not so as an intimidating opponent next weekend will hopefully help as well. But
I think it was beneficial for them to have Oklahoma here, though, because, I mean, the goal tonight wasn't to beat Oklahoma. It was just to go out and get a great team score.
And they did that for sure. All right, folks, so the Sooners will be going on the road, taking on Iowa State next weekend, or on January 27th in Ames, Iowa. And we will finish up as they get ready for the awards ceremony coming up here shortly. So we have my Kara Turnbull here and Melissa Idell to wrap up for the Mountaineers, and we will hope that you will join us next weekend, January 29th at 2 p.m. again here in the Coliseum. Thank you.
Chalk, chalk.
I'm never
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight presenting the awards are WVU alumnus Megan Morris. Our results in the vault competition this evening. In a two-way tie for third place from Oklahoma, Chase Capps and Brenna Dowell. In second place with a score of 9.95 from Oklahoma, AJ Jackson. And in first place with a score of 10.0 from Oklahoma, Maggie Nichols. Your vault winners for this evening's contest. Next, the results for the uneven parallel bars. In third place with a score of 9.875 from Oklahoma, Stephanie Couture. In second place, also from Oklahoma, with a score of 9.9, Nicole Lehrman. And in first place, with a score of 9.925 from Oklahoma, Maggie Nichols. Your uneven parallel bars winners for this evening. Next are results for balance beam. In third place with a score of 9.9 from Oklahoma, Natalie Brown. In second place with a score of 9.95 from Oklahoma, Chase Capps. And in first place with a score of 9.975 from Oklahoma, Maggie Nichols. Your balance beam winners for this evening. Our results on floor exercise in a three-way tie for second place, all with scores of 9.95 from Oklahoma, AJ Jackson. Also from Oklahoma, Chase Capps. And from West Virginia, Kira Koshinsky. In first place on floor exercise this evening from Oklahoma with a score of 9.975, Maggie Nichols. Your floor exercise winners for this evening. Now for the all-around results. In third place with a score of 38.025 from West Virginia, Alexa Goldberg. In second place with a score of 39.6 from Oklahoma, Chase Capps. And in first place with a score of 39.875 from Oklahoma, Maggie Nichols. Your all-around winners for this evening. In the team standings, our second place team tonight with a score of 195.55, West Virginia University. And in first place with a score of 197.925, Oklahoma. Thank you for attending